Breaking news. The greatest coach of all times, Bill Belichick, is finalizing the deal to coach. Y'all ready? Bill Belichick, the greatest NFL coach of all time, is finalizing the deal to coach. Y'all ready? College, UNC, North Carolina.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. Let me guess. He didn't want to coach in the NFL no more, huh? I told y'all, niggas. Fuck out of here. I told y'all. Don't play with old ball. I told y'all. What happened? Bill Belichick, his next phase in coaching is not in the NFL. It's in college. He is finalizing the deal. Breaking news to coach UNC, North Carolina. Big shout out to Gilly. Right.
You see it there, AllBall. Adam Schefter reports Chapel Bill. That's great. Adam, that wasn't really smooth. That was kind of a slight. 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick is finalizing a deal to become the new head coach at North Carolina. Sources tell Adam Schefter, and I don't know you guys at ESPN. Belichick is going back to school to where his father served as an assistant coach in the 1950s. You can't. You can't. Come on, man. Why they do? But Belichick, hold on. Belichick deserves the big screen. That looks like a memorial. I'm sorry, Bill. It looks like a memorial for Bill. Look. The GOAT, the Kang, another Kang. All we need to hear is breaking news. Greg Popovich will coach the Purdue, what do they call the chickens? Boilermakers.
Boilermakers. Listen, can you hear me?
Yes.
What GOAT head coach does this? Now, I would expect a big job in the front office. Maybe another head coaching job in NFL. I'm gonna say this: big shout out to my guy Shady McCoy. He got that crazy work. He said it. Andy Reid is a better head coach than Bill Belichick. Been telling y'all this. That man waited around. No NFL team wanted him. Miss me with that. He ain't want to coach the NFL no more. Miss me with that. UNC, that was a great move for them because now that just boosts their stocks, the media, the money that's going to come through there, just the hype now that they're going to have next season to have, an NFL head coach. But miss me with that. I've been telling y'all, homie ain't a great head coach. That was all Tom Brady. There's two head coaches, my opinion. I'm not saying they're not great, but they are not the GOATs. Two head coaches where that was all the players. Greg Popovich, who get well soon, and Bill Belichick. Fabian, can you please attest to this? I've been consistent with this. I've been adamant about this. I've been saying this. San Antonio, that was all Tim Duncan. Bill Belichick, that was all Tom Brady. And now you see, when you're a free agent and no one picks you up, please tell me, what does that mean? And I don't want to hear about age. I don't want to hear about none of that. If you're this great head coach and you could bring us championships, oh, we want you. No, I want to go coach at North Carolina. Big shout out to my brother Lizelle. Listen, 94 feet up, UNC. Listen, does great work over there. Listen, man, well, coaching matters. Bill Belichick and Greg Popovich coaching doesn't matter. But coaching matters, Flea. Mind your business, Flea. Big shout out to our brother Flea. Big shout out to Uncle Weiss, Kel, Dime Dropper, Linzel. I would love to hear what he has to say. I can't wait for his platform the way he can talk about North Carolina college football and, how they feel about Bill Belichick. But miss me with that. I told y'all.
Barry
Pat
Hall.
myself on the back when I'm right. Ain't nobody going listen. Ain't nobody gonna tell me I'm right. I'm gonna tell myself. Told y'all. Told y'all. Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. Another one bites the dust. And another one. And another one. Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, that song is so fire. Come on, man. But big shout out to Bill Belichick, man. Next head coaching job at North Carolina. God willing, they work out. But it won't.
Hey, man, he's following the footsteps of Deion Sanders. All the coaches are running from college football. They all complaining about it. Nick Saban all retiring. We did see Jim Harbaugh go back to college multiple times, right?
Well, college football, you got to be able to recruit. Let's see that the way he operates. Let's see how that works. You think these kids care about you flashing them Patriot rings and all that? Let's see how cool you are. Go ahead and walk around on a college campus with your hoodie on and don't talk to nobody. Let's see how that works. Bill. Yeah.
Yeah,
The Dallas Cowboys should get him.
He might be a decade too late to be joining the NCAA. Because now they're gonna act like they do in the NFL. Because his coaching style is more for them young kids.
Check out Linzel tomorrow. Big interview with Danny Green. Nice.
Long Island legend.
Nice. Come on, man. Yeah, Danny Green, New York City legend.
North Carolina legend.
I used to watch him play in high school. Right, exactly. He used to kill Rice. But come on, man. But listen, Sporting Page, love you to death. You my dog. It's no disrespect. Bill Belichick is overrated, bro. And this just proved it. I'm sorry. When moves like this happen, where's the cachet at? Where's the throw the rings on the table? I'm Bill Belichick. I want that job. You know how many NFL teams is bad that can use a great head coach? He's not a great head coach. How many NFL players we have to hear say it? His recruiting is terrible. His picking of the players is terrible. Okay, I think he might have drafted Gronk. So, he got 1 or 2 good draft picks. But let's be realistic. Don't want to pay nobody. He's not an offensive guy. Now, is he a great defensive coach? All right, I'll give you that. But let's cut the jokes. That tenure in New England was all because of Tom Brady. It's all because of Tom Brady. That is a fact. And when you talk to all the NFL players that play for the Patriots, they will tell you that. We went over there for Tom. How many players you have to hear say that? For you understand, Brady was the system. Simple and plain. And Brady had that mindset like a Jordan. I want to be the GOAT and win. Okay, him and Bill Belichick had a great relationship. That marriage on the football field was legendary. But without Tom Brady, do y'all see what Bill Belichick is? Without Tim Duncan, do y'all see what Greg Popovich is? Now, I know he's sick, so I'm just saying, get well. But I'm saying before, he got sick and had to step down. And then now, was it a coincidence San Antonio was playing well? Think, my brothers. Think, my brothers. If a man tells another man, give me a turkey bacon with a pork and beef patty, is that man a real? Yo, come on, man. Go ahead. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Uh,
Let's go, man.
let's see if what Lenzel got to say.
Of course. Come on, man. Big UNC guy. Of course. This is breaking news. Breaking news. Come on, man. You always love special guests, especially if they family.
Flea,
Where
he
we going with
deserves.
this?
What kind of pushback you talking about? We got to keep it real. If you're the GOAT, why is nobody vouching for you? How come you don't get to budge? Again, how come every single player in the league has to adjust to the rules, adjust to the time period, but the coaches don't, the GMs don't? None, Flea. No pushback. What are you gonna say up here? He is a legend. He's solidified. I don't even know if I love hearing him talk football. He has the knowledge, but once again, it's just like Brady. I don't want to hear y'all, man. I did your thing on the field, but Tom Brady had to adjust too. It's hard to push back when what did you do without your real players, man? That's it. That's it. I don't want. What is this? Let's be real. Most GOATs have beef with their leagues after the fact. What GOAT coach? Pat Riley ain't have beef with the league.
Bro, I
Phil
don't know what
Jackson
they
ain't have
talking
beef with
about,
the
bro.
league.
Bro,
If we're
I don't
talking
know
about
what they
football,
listen.
Andy Reid went from Philly, finally went to Kansas City and got his coach and got his quarterback. Excuse me. Remember, he was considered a bum mostly because of Donovan McNabb. He revitalized Mike Vick's career, then went to KC and upped it. Not saying Andy Reid is a GOAT, not saying Andy Reid is better than Bill Belichick, but why is Bill Belichick better? Andy Reid had, I think Jim Johnson was the coach for the Eagles for decades. But there's no, and again, it's my beef with Tom Brady. We can't just put you up there as a GOAT, and you should not get knocked for it. You have to get the smoke. UNC, Lenzel, you having problems connecting over here? Brian Black in the building. He wants to hear the football talk. You want to hear the egregious football talk? We got you. Bill Belichick.
I mean, listen, man.
The most overrated of all time.
Ho.
In the building.
There we go. Listen, gotta shout out the beautiful ladies when they pull up. La Turia B. It's in the building. Good evening, beautiful. And if you're married, no disrespect. If you're in a relationship, no disrespect. But if you're not, how you feeling tonight? Hope you're having a beautiful evening. Big shout out to the beautiful and everybody. When y'all see the young ladies in the building, in the chat, please tell them good evening. Come on, fellas. Come on, fellas. Let's please respect the young ladies. But bruh, I've been saying this forever. I stand on the island alone, and I don't mind that. Like I said, 99. Like they said, all ball. I'm like a paternity test, man. 90.99999. I'm probably wrong, but that little percentage, when I'm right, I'm right. It's nowhere in the world y'all gonna tell me you go from coaching in the NFL to coaching at North Carolina, and this is no knock on North Carolina. Great university.
But they're not known.
Thank you. Cut the jokes, bro. And once again, they're going to spin this as if he didn't want to coach in NFL no more. That's how they flip these things. No, nobody want him as a coach. Who doesn't want a great coach?
If he was so great,
Like,
how come the Cowboys ain't take him? How come he didn't follow in the footsteps? Bill Parcells, another one, his mentor. You can't. That's my thing. How is Bill Belichick better than Bill Parcells? Because that's ball. Now this is when you got to start thinking about this, because you keep big championship this, championship that. I don't need championships to prove greatness. Tony Romo was his quarterback. He had Terrell Owens who split locker rooms up in half like a Ginzu knife. He took all that on, Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells is a different level of coach. He doesn't play any games, just as legendary as Bill Belichick. As a matter of fact, excuse me, more legendary than Bill Belichick as a coach. Okay, what y'all talking about?
Hey, hold on. M3 TV. Big shout out to you. Uh, we're happy everything went well, went great, and definitely in our prayers, man. But you know, appreciate you supporting and pulling up. But congratulations on recovering from a successful transplant, and please continue to get well. Miss you
Yeah,
too, man. But big
please.
shout out to you. Yes.
Missed you on here and your knowledge because he's an old school guy too. And y'all could chime in. I just want to know that. How do y'all have
So
Bill
why is Phil
Belichick?
why is Phil Jackson a good coach? Why is Pat Riley a good coach? Why is Red Auerbach a good coach to y'all niggas? But Belichick is not a good coach.
I didn't say he wasn't good.
Help me understand.
I'm saying, how were you legendary over everybody, bar none, and you didn't adjust through the times? How did they kick you out of the league like that? Bill Parcells walked away. Phil Jackson's the only way, his bum ass tried to take over the Knicks. His back was messed up. But if you're great like that, Tom Brady walked away.
He's 73 years old. He's 73 years old with six championships. What else he got to do for y'all? For you, OG, to prove that he's good.
Y'all can hear me?
Got some nerve.
Yes.
Yeah. Hold on, Lizelle. Hold on. Go
You
ahead,
niggas got
Flea.
some
Go
nerve.
ahead. I'm okay.
Tell me why
Let's go.
Popovich
Go ahead.
is a
I'm
bad
listening.
coach. You can't even tell me. You can't even tell me why he's
Watch
a bad.
this.
Why he's not a great coach. You can't.
Okay. Can I respond?
I'm quiet.
Okay. So for one, I never said Greg Popovich wasn't a good coach. I said he's overrated.
See now
Some
y'all
guys
walking
have
back.
Greg.
Yes, now y'all walking it back.
Can
Keep
I?
the same energy.
Can I finish? Watch this.
Absolutely.
Can I? Or you're gonna keep the same energy. I've never said it's like the LeBron James thing. I'm not a fan of them. I never said they're not great. But when people say they are the greatest they've ever seen, I disagree. Greg Popovich is overrated to me. Is he a great coach? Okay, I give y'all that because when a person has championship, you got to give him some level of respect. But when people tell me he's one of the greatest, I'm going, okay, what have you done without a super duper stars? What have you done without an NBA All-Star team roster? Greg
Tell
Popovich
me
for the San
a
Antonio
good coach
Spurs.
that wins without good players. Tell me a good coach that wins without good players.
Eric Spoelstra is very competitive without great players. Very competitive. He got to the finals.
We're talking about championships, or we talking about just being good?
No,
there's a difference.
I'm talking about when you don't have the super duper stars who's going to do all the work for you. Let's see where your head coaching skills is at.
So what is supposed to do to prove to you that he's a great coach with less talent? When Jimmy Butler was a superstar in your eyes.
That's one player.
Oh, okay.
It's one player.
Exactly.
So
great coaches.
Hold on. Are we going to disagree that those Miami Heat rosters that was competing and competitive, going to a finals, in Eastern Conference Finals, and was threats to people, those are good rosters, Flea?
Good rosters. How were they bad rosters?
With Vincent and all them dudes, those were good rosters, Flea.
Did he have a top 24 player on his team? Did he have one? Did he have
24?
We talking all-star level. We talking all-star. You can laugh it off all you want. You niggas ain't tell me nothing yet that dispels what I'm asking. How is Spo a great coach, and what did he show with lesser talent? He got to a final.
3 out of 4 Eastern Conference Finals.
Did he win?
No.
Okay.
But,
so that's the point.
Again, that's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. For me, it's about competing. It's about getting your team to maximize their potential. Unlike JJ Redick, Bill Parcells
do? What did Bill Parcells do with regular talent?
You got to be kidding me.
I'm asking you a question. Answer the question. I'm asking you a question.
He changed the game. He made Lawrence Taylor the best player in history.
Lawrence Taylor is the best defensive player of all time, and you're gonna tell me now that I asked you a question, and you do what you do always. What did Bill Parcells do with no talent? Help me.
He didn't play with no talent, but that's not his fault.
My point exactly. Lenzel.
No.
My brothers.
No. So what?
They on here. They on here.
But no, all you're doing is reminding us of why Bill Parcells is a legend. You haven't discussed why Bill Belichick is better than him. That's the point. That's why he's wildly overrated.
But see, that's not what I'm arguing. You guys are up here talking about Bill Belichick and Popovich are overrated coaches. The nerve of you two
Very,
niggas to say that.
very overrated. Very overrated. And I'm gonna stand on that forever.
With y'all, Belichick, yes,
it.
but I got Popovich. I think he's one of the greatest of all time, so I don't stand with that. But Bill Belichick, how is he changing with the times when you can't get another NFL job? And I thought he was going to retire or something. He clearly wanted to coach going to UNC.
Well, Fabian, let's get Lindsell in here. Hold on, let's get Lindsell in here because, like I said, big North Carolina guy, big news for the school. Lindsell, man, good to see my brother doing great work, man. We always, root for you, man. Legendary, bro. We see you going real far. Quick question, everybody, please subscribe to Lindsell's YouTube page, to his Instagram, to all his social media. Big UNC guy. Got Danny Green on tomorrow. Please let us know what time and plug so we can tune in. Big news, Bill Belichick just got the head coaching job for North Carolina. Give us your thoughts, please.
So I'll say this. First off, feels good to be back. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been away for a minute, but had to take care of some things. You know, it is what it is. Life is life.
Yes.
For sure.
Exactly.
So second thing, we got to talk about that whole that Gills man's situation that you guys talked about a week ago. We definitely gonna have to speak on that soon for sure. Heard the episode for sure. As far as Bill Belichick, listen, this is one of the biggest things, and it's amazing. It's perfect for UNC. And I'm not just saying that because it's UNC. I'm saying that because, number one, Bill Belichick or whatever, keep in mind, he has 8 rings. He has 6 as a head coach, but he has 2 as a defensive coordinator with the Giants. So
great reminder. Great reminder, Lindsell. Great reminder.
For sure.
With the better coach.
Hold on.
Definitely got to put that out there.
Great reminder for the
with his father.
For the novice.
Doesn't he have 7? Doesn't he have 7 with the Patriots, not 6, if I'm not mistaken? Because Brady is 7 for 9.
No, 7. Brady got one with Tampa.
No, Brady has 7.
Oh, right.
Brady's got 7,
One with Tampa. Go ahead. All right. Yes.
Right.
Yes. Go ahead, Lizelle.
Still not the GOAT.
Let me put it out there and tell you why this is a great move for a few different reasons. Number one, Bill Belichick coming to coach college football is not going to just change UNC. It's not going to just change the ACC. It's going to change college football as a whole, because you're talking about arguably the greatest coach of all time coming into a field that he's never really worked in, right? As far as everybody keeps talking about, oh, he's not going to be able to recruit, things like that. Bill's not coming in to do all of that. He's not going to have to. He's got all of his guys that, that he's coached with, whatever the case may be. Bill's coming in to clean house at UNC. Just let me go ahead and put that out there. He's coming in, he's cleaning house. There's already talks about Josh McDaniels coming in as the DC. Like, UNC is about to change college football as a whole completely. He's not doing, like I said, he's not doing the recruiting because he's got guys that's coming in that's going to take care of all of that. Bill Belichick at 72, 73 years old is not getting out on the road going to see these players. Some players he may, but a lot of these players he's not going to have to. A lot of players are going to be reaching out to him. Like, if you all probably don't know, but the transfer portal in college football has been ballistic these past 2-3 days. I guarantee you within the past 2-3 days, 200, 250 plus players have entered into the portal. It's bringing in revenue. That's the big key thing. Bill has demanded everything that he's coming in, taking full control over everything. Not only is he going to be the head coach, but to my knowledge, from what I've heard, he's also going to be like the GM as well, which means he's calling all the shots. It's been put in the contract. All types of things have just been laid out for him to come in and coach at UNC. He has ties at UNC because his dad used to coach at UNC as well, or it was something in that frame, I guess you could say. So, which was new to me. I never knew that.
He was an assistant head coach in the 1950s, almost 100 years ago.
Well, that is true. However, let's just keep in mind that with Bill coaching, once again, it's just changing college football as a whole. The ACC alone right now has been talking about realignment, conference realignment. That whole thing now has got to be readjusted and re-talked about, because now you're talking about the greatest NFL coach of all time that's coming in. There's a lot of changes that's just going to be made, like completely. A lot of as far as college football, I mean, period, no matter how you want to slice that pie. Of course, it's not the NFL, but at the same time, he's already let it be known that North Carolina is going to be the pipeline to the NFL. If you all listen to the show with him and Pat McAfee, he already let that be known. So it's I mean, these kids nowadays, that's their main goal, to get to the NFL. That's what North Carolina is going to be. And that's what Bill wants to make this school to be, as just a straight pipeline to the NFL. That's going to bring in recruits as a whole alone. Just the name itself is going to also bring in recruits that, you know, I'm sure he's going to turn down a lot of recruits because of the fact he can't get everybody and he don't want everybody. I mean, that his name alone is kind of like Jordan. When you speak about the NBA, his name alone rings bells. And for him to jump into a field that he's never jumped in is huge. It's huge. And it's going to change a lot of different things or whatever when it comes to college football. That's just from what I've heard. Now, I'm getting a little bit more intel as things come in and things like that. But for right now, that's the gist of everything. But let's just keep in mind, 8 Super Bowl rings, bro. Like, and I don't understand this greatest, how you can say he's overrated, AllBall. Like, OG, love you to death, my guy. But yeah, that's a little bit out there. I mean, stand on it, of course, because that's your opinion. Like, I'm not mad at it. I respect it. But to say that he's overrated, I can't say that. As much as I hated the Patriots, you know, and all of that, but being a Giants fan, I mean, of course, I loved them because of our 2 Super Bowl rings. But hey, it is what it is. And listen, it's a great day to be a Tar Heel, man. That's what the GD, you know, GD, TB, TA, whatever you want to, whatever it is that I put in there, that's what that stands for. So it's a great day to be a Tar Heel, man. And we're gonna see how this thing goes or whatever. But I can guarantee you, within the next couple of years, maybe next 2 years, North Carolina will be in that CFB playoff, that 12-team CFB playoff for sure. And within the next 3, I can probably tell you, championship might be coming for sure. For sure.
I believe in the NFL pipeline thing. That makes a lot of sense. The Patriot way, that brand is Belichick. It ain't Brady. It's Belichick. And, you know, the same way with Tim Duncan, Popovich, we will scold Tim Duncan, and, Belichick would criticize Brady. We heard that nonstop. Also, Belichick and Nick Saban are very close. Nick Saban and Belichick are very close friends. So I would imagine he can help Belichick around with the NCAA. Also, you know, what Deion Sanders is doing with the NCAA, revolutionizing it. A part of the reason why he is revolutionizing it is because there is an old standard with the NCAA head coaches, and they have their own little fraternity. They have even their own agents. There's like 3 or 4 agents that they all sign to. So Nick Saban quit football, though, right? He's not head coaching anymore.
No, he's not.
But so that leaves him a lot of time to help Belichick in this case. I think that's where you gain any credence for turning around the Carolina football team that's never really been known. You know, Julius Peppers did play there. They played both for the basketball team and the football team. That's really the only guy I remember out of North Carolina.
Lawrence Taylor,
LT, of course. And I want to say the dude that played for the Redskins and he became LeVar Arrington. Did he go to UNC or am I bugging?
That one I don't know. But you got Algie Crumpler, you got Denard Searcy. I mean, you got Drake May right now that's at the Patriots. You got Sam Howell at the Redskins or the Commanders. I mean, there's a lot of Jeff Saturday, who's right now, he was just on First Take earlier today. I mean, there's a lot of greats that have came through the program for sure. And I mean, listen, Mac Brown was really, it was hard to see Mac Brown go, just because of the love and the way that he just changed things around here. But at the same time, you know, with Carolina, they had to go up. Like, there was a lot of different candidates, and in the beginning they wanted to go young, but Belichick reached out to UNC. It wasn't that UNC reached out to him, and just goes to show right there that you know, the man just he probably still wants to coach. I don't think it's so much of the fact that, you know, he couldn't get a job in the NFL, which is why he decided to come to college. I don't think that was necessarily the case. I could be wrong, but I don't think that was like really the case of things, however you want to look at it or whatever. Everybody already knows if you go to Dallas, you're not really running things. It's Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones wants things ran his way, and Belichick has demands. And if you want to turn your program around, or you want to turn your team around, or your franchise around, then Belichick is going to have those demands, and rightfully so. He deserves to have those demands. I mean, look at his accolades. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he did with UNC. UNC, they matched it, they agreed to it, and it happened. So well, listen, we're thrilled. It's going to be interesting to see him in his pre and post game interviews, because of his, you know, his aura, I guess you could say, or personality, to see how he does that. But other than that, I mean, bro, for the next couple of years, I'm gonna be honest with you, every game is gonna be sold out. Like, you're not gonna be able to get into a Carolina game, and that's just what it is. Like, well, it's gonna be crazy. Well, you know, Bill Belichick is gonna be the Dean Smith of football.
Well, I agree. Listen, you know what? You know, before we end this session with the North Carolina big breaking news, because we got to get to our Knicks talk before the game.
For sure.
Lizelle, you make a great point. And I think that this is a great business move. This is a great move for North Carolina, and it's a great move for college football. And I think the way Bill Belichick can be successful is, you said something that was, I love what you just said. We're going to funnel guys from here to the NFL. As long as those guys get to the NFL and be successful, that's where Bill Belichick's greatness is going to come from with North Carolina. Because we all know you have some schools, whether it's basketball, football, whatever it is, where those coaches, that organization is going to get you to the next level, and you're going to succeed. You know, a la my guy from Kentucky, what was the coach? John Calipari. No matter what we say about him, winning or losing, all his guys get to the next level and they become all-stars and they make a lot of money. So I think Bill Belichick is going to be the superstar of college football. I'm saying it here first. Move over Deion Sanders. It might be a new sheriff in town. And his name is Bill Belichick. And
to say this, to finish things off real quick, OG, not to cut you off or whatever. Number one, there have been talks, and I think there's just rumors, to be honest with you, but there's been talks that Nick Saban could come in as the DC. If Nick Saban, I mean, they are best friends. If we really want to go deep with it, right? But not to mention, there are some recruits out there that was planning on coming to North Carolina. They decommitted because of, you know, Mac Brown's situation. And from what I've heard, some recruits have decommitted from the other committed schools that they just committed to or whatever, because now about the Bill Belichick situation. So that's the reason why I say the name itself speaks for itself. Like, Bill's not going to have to do a whole lot. And not only that, he's going to have a team of people that's going to do a lot of the recruiting and all of that for him. These kids, is very different when you're trying to coach egos versus coaching young kids and students to make them better to get to the next level. It's very, very different. So we'll see. But listen, man,
before you guys rock out. 30 seconds. What happened with Mac Brown? Because you were alluding to it, and I don't even know what the hell happened with him.
So the thing with Mac Brown's situation, from what I know, is Mac, this season wasn't successful. If we want to get technical, you having some blowout games at home. You're losing to both of your rivals, losing to NC State, losing to Duke. Things just wasn't successful. At the end of the season, Matt kept throwing things out there that, you know, he was not retiring. He had planned on being at UNC next season. Of course, the administration didn't really rock like that with that. Like they wanted him to kind of leave before the last game against NC State. Mac was basically saying, like, no, I'm not going to do that to these kids. They wanted him to do it right afterwards. I think Mac really wanted to retire, and I think he was going to retire after the end of the season just because there was a lot of heat that was starting to get pushed on him as far as getting him out of here. But the university decided to just, well, if things can't go that way, if you can't do it this way, then we're just going to have to fire you, basically. And that's pretty much what happened. And, you know, once again, like everybody in the Tar Heel Nation, Mac Brown is always going to be like a GOAT. I mean, he's still always welcomed at the university, in my eyes, because we love him so much. But, you know, it's just unfortunate because I wanted him to leave on his own terms and retire instead of going out getting fired, because UNC normally just don't fire coaches, especially a coach of that magnitude. I mean, Mac Brown he's another like Dean Smith of UNC football. Like you just can't get around that. So that's pretty much what happened with in his situation. So yeah. But listen, you guys rock out, man. Salute to you guys, man. It's always love. I appreciate y'all letting me come on for a few minutes. Like I said, we are gonna talk about that gutter, that 32 situation for sure, because I do want to chop it up with you guys about that. But listen, man, big interview tomorrow. Like all of the listeners out there and the ones in the chat or whatever, big interview tomorrow at 11 a.m. with Danny Green. Subscribe to the channel, even if you're not a Tar Heel fan or whatever, but a lot of great interviews going on over there. Got a lot more big ones coming up. So big shout out to everybody and the supporters and everybody. So salute to you guys, man. I appreciate y'all though. And Knicks by 30 tonight. Yes, let's go.
That's all I had to hear. Big Lenzel. Come on, man. Shout out to my guy KG. We just getting started. 94 feet of UNC, Lenzel. 11 a.m. tomorrow, 94 feet of UNC. Danny Green, Long Island, New York legend. 2 championships with the Lakers, NBA with the Spurs. Stop playing. Will be
3-time with the Toronto Raptors.
Excuse me, 3-time NBA champion. Danny Green will be on 94 feet of UNC with Lenzel Graham. Tap in. You see his name in the comments. Don't be scared to jump in there and ask him some questions about McCants and all them UNC people from back in the day. He will answer them.
Before Lenzel get out of here, everybody in the chat, follow all his platforms. But let me tell y'all this. Don't wait too late, because once he get Bill Belichick on 94 feet of UNC, y'all done missed the boat. Big shout out, Lenzel. Miss you, my brother. Always a pleasure to have you up here, bro.
Salute, fellas. I appreciate y'all, man.
No doubt.
Yes.
Y'all better tap in before he gets his Varnell Hill on. He gonna be the Varnell Hill of Chapel Hill.
Fabian, let me just say this. Everybody in the chat, man, y'all gotta understand, man, we love sports. And you know, when we got guys like Lenzel that can pull up when you get breaking news like this is what sports is all about. We love the game. And come on, breaking news. Bill Belichick, next head coach for UNC. Then we got our brother Lenzel, who's doing great work with his page about all North Carolina history. It gets no better than that, y'all. So big shout out Lenzel, man. Y'all go follow his platform. All it takes to support is this. Just hit the button. It's free, y'all. It's free to follow. It's free to support.
Little tap. Little tap, man. Little
That's
tap.
Now,
hey, here's some
let's
news
get to it.
That just trolled through the airways all ball before we tap into, the Knicks rehab. Ben Simmons. They already have odds that the Celtics are the favorites to land Ben Simmons if the Nets end up trading or buying him out. That's from Bet Online. The Celtics are favored by 150. The Cavs are 2-1. The Knicks are 7-2. The Suns are 9-2. Real quick, all beezy, all ball. Would you want Benjamin Aussie Simmons on the New York Knicks if he is bought out by the Brooklyn?
No, I'm not. That's all I have to say. Anything attached to Ben Simmons, the answer is no. I'm not elaborating. I'm not explaining. No. And I wish I knew how to say no in other languages, just to make sure everybody understands what I'm saying.
Come on,
how do you say
man.
no in Spanish? No.
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 Nah. Shema Hashi. That might be incorrect. That might be. Yeah. That was real good. Listen.
That was very close to getting us canceled. What the hell is wrong with you? I don't know what language. I hope you didn't say no crazy shit in German. Get the crew on us. What's wrong with you, ball?
I thought that was Asian and Korean. Listen, I don't know. The answer is no. Get Ben Simmons off the screen. Get him out of here. Get him out of here, man. No, nothing to do with him. Sorry. No.
Just fix your glasses, man. Wipe them down, all. But what you doing, man? I know you're getting adjusted, my brother. Y'all know what this is.
Knicks rehab.
Knicks rehab. New York Knicks versus the Atlanta ATL Hawks. Boy, oh boy, we ain't sick of Trae Young, because to be honest, we ain't no haters. I saw Gilbert Arenas said the other day that Knicks fans, their problem is that they're too smart. And if somebody comes to the Garden, we usually cheer them unless they're Trae Young and Reggie Miller. But he tends to forget we were garbage. So when he was in the league, we had to cheer for somebody. There was nobody else going to go back at them. We didn't really do that when Carmelo was here. We ain't cheer LeBron when Carmelo was here. No, when we had our guy, we knew we could go back at you. Plus, that's what we do, man. It's Broadway. It's big New York. Talking about Gilbert Arenas. This ain't your punk ass town.
Big shout out Gilbert Arenas. When is he going to break down how good Cat's been looking? When are you going to give those props?
He did.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Okay. Just
stole headlines.
Sure.
I seen him with a thumbnail saying he's the king now. Where you get that from? Huh?
Just making sure. Okay, just making sure. Because the Knicks hate been real quiet.
Yeah, man, Kenya Moore.
Big shout out to Rashad McCants. Yeah, but big shout out to Rashad McCants. Seen the other day had the whole uniform on. He said, yeah, I still think the Knicks is going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then they're going to the finals. So, yeah, make sure, Gilbert, when you bring up all this nonsense about Trae Young and all this and all that about us Knicks fans, bring up how Cat is making everybody look stupid. Make sure you don't forget that.
Even Knicks fans.
Please.
Including Knicks fans making us look dumb.
Right, exactly.
Making me look crazy. Having AllBall calling me an idiot every other day. Fleece questioning my authority. Hell's wrong with you, Flea? I'm out here basking in my basketball fandom. Anyway, Hawks coming into the game. 19 points, 20 points a game for Jalen Johnson, 21 for Trae Young, 19 for DeAndre Hunter. That Dyson Daniels kid, he's a thief out there, man. 3 steals a game, 12 assists a game with Trae Young. Bananas. Trae Young is typical 31% from 3. Ain't scared of him whatsoever. Jalen Johnson is always going crazy. That's a guy, he plays scary sometimes. DeAndre Hunter's playing really well, shooting 42% from 3. The kid, Ricochet, last time, remember, he had a career high against us, 33 points all ball. I think
everybody
he started
has a career high against us.
Very true. I just seen a stat where they had like the 5 players that got 40 points at the Garden. What do you expect, man? Because this young team, man, Atlanta's starting to feel themselves. They're starting to figure something out. And we weren't too bad on them in the offseason. Them and the Raptors, we did say, quote, the Raptors are like Indiana light because they can score. Little did I know they could just stay in the game. In Atlanta, they have talent there. You got Trae Young there, so they're never outside the run for whatever reason. Trae Young is a competitive spirit at the end of the day, and he loves playing against the Knicks. He loves stealing that headline. That, of course, is dangerous. But what do you think is going to happen tonight?
So first, I want to big shout out everybody in the chat, especially Gregory Lee. Like he said, everybody get them likes up, man. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, comment. Let everybody know we are in the building. Hit that like button. Tonight is going to feel like the atmosphere is going to be like a playoff game. When Trae Young and Atlanta Hawks come to town, it is like a playoff game. So I expect the atmosphere to be on fire. I expect the building to be jumping. Of course, a sellout crowd. I expect just so much energy in the building. And what I expect from our Knicks, get back. We lost in Atlanta this season already. Trae Young is like an art villain to us. We love it. Listen, I love when Trae Young comes to the Garden because that's what basketball and that's what sports is supposed to be like. He interacts with the crowd. Listen, he gonna go back at you, and we forget how good Trae Young is. Like we remember at one time, Trae Young was probably one of the best point guards in the NBA, definitely top 5. So we can't forget, and they're getting it together at the right time. Listen, Trae Young averaged at one time 28 and 12. Those numbers, listen, man, a little guard like that. But I expect the building to be rocking. I expect Tip to have us ready, and I expect a great game. I expect a close game. I expect us to win. I would say probably between 5 and 8 points. But I think Cat is going to come up big, and I think the matchup of Brunson and Trae Young is going to be legendary tonight. I think they both going to get close to 30. And I just think the building, electricity in the building is going to be like a playoff game. Only in the Garden you're going to get a regular season game like this. It's going to have a playoff atmosphere. And of course, when we win today, we go to the tournament in Vegas to play for the cup. But for me, what's most important is sending a message to the Atlanta Hawks. Y'all can't with us. Simple and plain. We got to start putting the hammer and the nails down on some of these teams. Now, if we struggle against Cleveland, Boston, Philly, when they get their stuff together with their big 3, then I get it. Orlando, when they fully healthy. But these Chicagos and Atlantas and, Indianas, Detroits, we supposed to be stomping on their neck. So I expect us to come out guns blazing. No starting off slow. And going right at them. Because they have no answer for Cat. So Cat should have an easy double-double. His impact on the game tonight should be unquestioned. But I just think tonight is one of those games that, listen, man, the hype, it's man, listen, tonight is a night for you to love basketball. This is going to be a goodie because we despise the Atlanta Hawks. We despise Trae Young, but in a respectful manner because he brings out the best in us and he brings out the best in our fans. So I expect this game to have a playoff feel, and I expect this game to have just the electricity is going to be amazing. And I can't wait. I can't wait.
The Atlanta Hawks, let's not forget, before they lost this game, they won 4 straight games, 5 straight games, excuse me. 2 of those being back-to-back home and homes, however you call that, to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who were on fire. They give 2 of the 4 Cleveland Cavaliers losses this season. They put that up. That was what was most impressive about them. It's not just about winning. It's how you win, who you beating. They kind of, I won't say figured them out, but I'm pretty sure a lot of teams now could go back and watch that tape and see, hey, how do we go attack this Cleveland team? And you can't do that without this kind of talent. That kid Ricochet, like I said, the rookie kid, I like them. There hasn't been a lot being said about this rookie class. Alex Shaw, Wizards are horrible, but Alex Shaw is showing some talent at least. And Ricochet, along with Stephon Castle, along with I think Alex Shaw, who else? This guy Dalton Connect has fallen off the face of this earth. So there's a lot of guys who can now kick in there as the rookie of the year. Ricochet is probably the most dangerous player out there. And Dyson Daniels had like 3 or 4 straight games with 6 steals or something like that. He's a thief out there, old ball. Just beyond dangerous. Right now, currently, the Hawks are underrated. The Knicks are favored by 8 points. Sheesh. That's a lot of money. That's a lot, old boy.
Hold on. What's the injury report for Atlanta? Because 8 points is a lot.
Right.
That's a lot.
I'll check that in a second. The road, because I do know game time decision for Karl Anthony Towns and our guy Josh Hart. Those are game time decisions. So that's going to be tough. And for the Atlanta Hawks, their injury report, they only got Lundy and Cody Zeller out. So their injury report is minimal at best. And the Knicks, actually, there's nothing on. It's only, Huck Purdy is out. I forgot about that. Huck Purdy is out. Mitchell Robinson, of course, that was reported earlier today. He won't be coming back to minimum until the end of January.
The end of January.
Right. So if nobody's on the injury report, that means all the Knicks are playing, all the Hawks are playing. DraftKings got the Knicks favored by 8 points. That means they loving the Knicks tonight by 8. And all we could do is tune in to the best. The Emirates NBA Cup is here. You can win big getting in on the action on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. All 30 teams split into 6 groups every Tuesday and Friday, playing in the right to advance in a single elimination in-season tournament. Obviously, tonight, the Knicks are playing the Hawks to advance in the in-season tournament. The championship is coming up in Vegas next week. First time, here's something special just for you. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to bet $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code ABTV. That's code ABTV for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Camp Resort, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. Let's get it going, y'all. I'm gonna have to take the Hawks to cover the 8, man. I'm taking the Hawks to cover the 8, and I might pick the Knicks. The Knicks over. They're gonna go smoking. I think it's gonna be a shootout, especially in the fourth quarter. I don't know who they're gonna put OG on because, like I said, these guys, Jalen Johnson. Jalen Johnson's a big kid. You probably got to put OG on Jalen Johnson, to be honest, and then pick your poison with the rookie kid. Hopefully, he's starting to hit the rookie wall.
Well, listen, OG and Mikal Bridges, they owe big time. That last game we played in Atlanta, we got our boots smoked by those guards and them wings. So I need OG and Bridges to take this personal. And yes, East Blue Brew, we definitely owe train Atlanta Hawks a head busting. That is a fact. But I love this. I love this rivalry. This has become a real rivalry, and that's what sports is missing. Teams that when you play against them, it's pure hate for each other, but it's nothing but love and respect at the same time. This game, listen, the magnitude is crazy. Like all day, I couldn't wait for this game. All day, all I thought about was got to get home, get my little nap in, got my little bum ass snacks, and start my diet again tomorrow. But tonight, I'm going crazy, watching this game like as if I'm watching a premiere movie. This game is going to be great. But it's also like, going to play for the cup. People need to understand these are moves that are progress. We win this, we go to Vegas, we play for the cup. That's progress for the Knicks. These are things that's helping us take a step to the next level. So I think a game like tonight, we got to come out strong. We cannot come out lazy and flat. We cannot come out slow. Because a game like this can be over in the first quarter. Atlanta catch on fire. You got Trey Young out there getting chilly on us. We cannot have that. We cannot go down a quick 10 to 16 points in the first quarter. No. So I need Tim to be on his A game. I need the whole staff, coaching staff, the whole organization, the fans, the players. We need everybody to be on their A game because tonight is where we put the NBA on notice. Like you said, Atlanta's beat Cleveland twice. They was on a 4-game winning streak. They're starting to be respectable. They're starting to be fun to watch again. And Atlanta could be a thorn in somebody's side in the playoffs. So for me, I think a game like tonight puts the league on notice if we go out and beat them good, beat them well, play well. I think if Brunson and Cat plays well, OG and Bridges can kind of make up on the defensive end. Listen, I think tonight is the night. Tonight is the night to prove to the East that we are the real deal because Boston ain't going nowhere. Milwaukee is starting to get it together. Philly, for the first game, played with their big three. We can feel how we want to feel about them. But when you got those three players fully healthy, that is a problem. Then you have Orlando Magic. So then you still have the Miami Heat, who, breaking news, Jimmy Butler's on the move. They say he's willing to go to Phoenix, but then you have Dallas. They said Dallas, Golden State, and somewhere else. Oh, in Houston. So, until that move happens, Miami is still a semi-threat. So I think tonight the Knicks can put the league on notice. You get a big win at home, and we have a chance to go to Vegas and win the cup. I think tonight is one of those nights, man. Tonight is one of those nights. We got to get this win. We have to get this win. We owe Trae Young an ass kicking. We really do.
I love the sporting page always putting up stats. There hasn't been a rebounding champion who averaged 25 points per game since David Robinson in 1990. Cat is hitting those numbers right now. We know Cat is going bananas, proving me wrong. The idiot bunch, as AllBall has dubbed us, for doubting Cat and his sissy ways before he landed in New York City and baptized himself into real swagger, popping his collar, popping the New York tag, not playing any games out here, man. You kidding me? Gregory Lee, what's going on? How you feeling, my brother? Damn near AllBall, day one. He said Bob Pettit ain't walking through that door. That's crazy. Man, we'll be at the Garden. Another game on tonight will be the Golden State Warriors. They're going to be at the Houston Rockets. AllBall. Yo, for all y'all that don't know, if you betting out there, once again, the Rockets are no joke at home. Do not play with that number at home. On the road, they're a young group, so they do what they do on the road. They give up some points. They give up, they get lackadaisical. But at home, they are deadly. Warriors, ever since DeAndre Melton went down, D'Anthony Melton went down, it's been downhill. There were talks about Draymond Green being benched. I don't know if he actually did get benched. Is it time for the Rockets to start to put teams on notice in a game like tonight, highlighted game?
I'll be real brief with that because it's Knicks night. I really don't care who wins that game because neither one of them is going to be OKC. OKC proved last night. Listen, man, a lot of y'all teams are not on our level, but I think Houston. We talked about it about a week ago. Me, you, and Flea. They're one move away from being very dangerous. I'm not gonna say title contention, but they're one move away. And then now you see guys like Jimmy Butler out there. Like you said, guys like De'Aaron Fox. Depending on who they have to give up, I think tonight is a night, though. As you just said, I agree for Houston to put the league on notice that we're legit. We're gonna make the playoffs, and we're gonna be throwing in somebody's side. We ain't no pushovers. Listen, that coach is tough. He coaches tough. He acts tough. He is tough. So they have his whole attitude. So yes, I think the Houston Rockets is also tonight going to try to put the league on notice if they win and beat Golden State because Golden State still has Steph Curry, still play good basketball. But yeah, I agree. Houston Rockets tonight, the limelight is on them. And if they could get this win and go to the cup, that just puts more promotion and more limelight on them. But they're also one player away. To me, they're in that same room like the Orlando Magic. To me, they're the Orlando Magic of the West. They get that one move, they're going to be dangerous. They got good coaching. They got a good fan base. Houston is the great city. Our brother Flea's out there, but they got some good young talent. So for me, they're in that same boat. They get that one move, they're going to be dangerous. They're going to be dangerous.
And we talked about it in the offseason how the Rockets, I didn't expect them to be the second best team in the West. That's a leap for me. So these guys are making strides. Yeah. I got to start giving Jalen Green more credit, like y'all been giving him credit. Maybe he is entering a De'Aaron Fox zone, but this is a young team. They ain't looking like the Pacers are not talked about having to falling on their face. They look crazy. My guy Tyrese Halliburton making me look crazy out here. But
he making everybody look crazy. They tried to remember last year. They tried to anoint him. They tried to make him a superstar so bad and the greatest point guard since sliced bread. And that downfall, I love it. Keep going down. You know how I feel about Indiana. Big shout out Mike Epps. Everybody else, and Mike Epps and the Jackson family. Everything else with Indiana, go to you know what.
Also, I mean, he might have been injured. That injury might be still bothering him. I don't know. Let's not make any excuses though, because you were out there promoting yourself on WWF. You were out there promoting yourself for the Olympics. Didn't even play for the team on the bench. You know, the only guy who hasn't skipped a beat is Jason Tatum. MB looking crazy. Kawhi looking crazy trying to join the Olympics. These guys are on the Rockets didn't go to the Olympics. Jaylen Brown doing this thing. So I say all that to say a bunch of you old fogies, LeBron, Steph Curry, KD, maybe you shouldn't have played in the Olympics because the Rockets didn't, and they are the ones. Some part of these, you read my mind. A young group like the Orlando Magic making the league take notice, and they're getting the old crews out of here. The Lakers, the Suns, and the Golden State Warriors are old as hell. And the Rockets are they should make a statement tonight and let them know the young guns are here. Out with the old school. You want to go get traded to Golden State, LeBron? You go ahead, right ahead and do that because that's what you normally do when you quit. You quit when the going gets tough. We ain't gonna stay on this for too long because, like you said, it's all about the Knicks tonight. But there's a story. LeBron James was not with the team Wednesday for personal reasons, according to Lakers coach JJ Redick. He's taking some time, said Redick, who described it as an excused absence for LeBron James. This is why we have to give Ime Udoka props. Mosley from Orlando, even Tibbs, as much criticism as we have for him, he makes these guys play. They play the spirit of the game that we enjoy. The Orlando Magic, the Houston Rockets, and the New York Knicks, they play that kind of basketball. The Boston Celtics play way too finesse for me, right? But, you know, these guys play and they show up. I don't hear about Tatum taking off, ever. I don't hear Tatum really making excuses. Yeah, he's lackadaisical. We criticize him too. But what LeBron James is doing is disgusting. And the Houston Rockets can start putting that nail in the coffin into these old geezers.
You know, I ain't really got much to say about that. It's Knicks night versus Atlanta. You see, I got my game face on. I ain't playing no games. But they just, you know, put up on ESPN. And I think whoever the Lakers play next, they say LeBron might not even play that game. They're not sure yet, you know, for personal reasons. Listen, bro, miss me real homie. Big Knicks. Big Knicks. We never quit. We never quit. Not as a fan base, not as a team, not as an organization. We never quit. Knicks for life.
Real quick, Gregory Lee, I feel they should put OG on trade and switch him on Bridges. No! And then switch Bridges on him. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe start off with OG so he could trade, but I don't like OG playing against the pick and roll with point guards. This is when Bridges, speaking of statement games, this is the night for a statement game. One of the Knicks' biggest rivals, biggest enemies in the league, Trae Young.
Listen.
This is time for Bridges to get his money's worth from all of us. This is when he can show his ASS and we go bananas. Because when you shut down the big mouth on the other squad, all you're gonna get is the crowd behind you, and we're gonna go crazy.
Just imagine tip off. Mikal Bridges takes Trae Young and guards him the whole game.
94 feet.
The whole game. See, this is what sports is about. This is when you're a coach. This is how you make a statement. Bridges, don't worry about getting the ball offensively. Lock him down. Make it tough for him. Make it tough for him. So for me, listen, man, this game is so much parity to it. It's so much to it. I wish I could be in the building. Lord have mercy. This game tonight, listen, man, it's so exciting to be a Knicks fan, and y'all don't understand how long it's been for us to have games to look forward to. We are actually fun to watch. We are exciting to watch, and Atlanta is really our rivals. And every time we play Atlanta, listen, man, it's legendary. It's legendary. The bickering, the talking, the back and forth, the competitiveness. Listen, I can't wait. I can't wait. But Fabian, I agree. Mikal Bridges, you want to put the world on notice? You want to put the whole city on your back? You want to see how it feels to be a Knicks for life? And for us to go bananas over you? Pause. right off the tip. Pause. Guard Trae Young. Guard Trae Young. Guard
I
Trae
think
Young.
it's.
Do what
I think
Scotty
it's.
did with Magic. Listen, that put Scotty in another stratosphere. Till this day, when you talk about Scotty, they don't talk about 6 championships. They're gonna remember when Scotty switched and guard Magic 94 feet. Listen, man, these guys, if you want to be historic, if you want to be legendary, this is a Rocky moment. This is a Maximus Gladiator moment. This is a Troy moment. He said, take it. It's yours. Take the moment. Understand the moment. Take the moment. Lock down Trae Young little ass and let's get this W. Simple and plain. Simple and plain. When Trae go like that, you have somebody throw a warm water ice on his ass. Nah, we cooling you off tonight, baby. Oh, it's going down.
Come on, man.
Oh, it's going down.
Thank you, La Turia, for keeping us in check. 7:13 tip-off time.
Yeah.
Your guys got 5 minutes. We'll get your popcorn ready, get your dinner ready, get your booty call ready for after the game. Because we over here watching the Knicks, baby. Bubba ain't playing with you. Y'all know who that is.
Suckers.
Let's go.
Y'all know what this was. Knicks rehab. Shout out to all the commenters in the building, baby. La Turia, King Speech, Gregory Lee. Ain't seen you in a while, but you back in the building. M3 TV. Glad you recovered really well. Shout out to Lenzel Graham, 94 feet of UNC. He will be on tomorrow interviewing Danny Green. Big time. Come on, 3-time champion. Yes. Big time defender. King Speech, of course.
11 a.m. 11 a.m.
Eastern time. Stop playing with us, man. Y'all know who we be, man. Every weeknight, 6 p.m. Until further ado. AllBall TV, tap in, suckers. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.